And this is what it's like on a hard-working afternoon watch on dirt. And you can see the Admiral is hard at work reviewing her literature.
The sails.
Doesn't she look glamorous? Fantastic. I love her.
If only I could turn the camera around and show you what Angus is wearing.
That's not suitable for mixed audiences. Another major event in the circumnavigation of dirt. We just passed the Greenwich Meridian, 0 degrees of longitude, and we're now back in the Western Hemisphere after, how long? Yeah, sometime in the last 3 years anyway, and a significant moment. And another 60 miles or so we'll start past the longitude that we started at, the Southsea, which is about 1 degree west. That's about 50 or 60 miles further on. We'll catch that later.
Tell us about your watch, dear.
It's been a very quiet watch. A very good cell mail run. Got some emails from our friends on John and Fran on 9th Jan. And it's a fantastic dawn. About 500 miles to go to Brazil, which in relative terms is almost there. It's been almost 2,000 miles since St Helena. It's a beautiful morning and some settled weather for once. We had some quite exciting days and some very quiet days. Today is just perfect. I think we'll shake a reef out of the main.
Oh.
Make it go a bit faster.
Better get dressed and come and do some work then.
Yes. Put some trousers on. Like a little slice of bread with our breakfast and lunch. And out here, halfway between St Helena and Brazil, there's not many shops to go and buy it, so we have to make it ourselves. Or, more truthfully, Ruth makes it. And today is bread making day, and the ingredients are going in. So what sort of bread are we going to go for today then?
We're going to go for the traditional do it 3-seed loaf.
The 3-seed loaf. What seeds are those?
So we've got some pumpkin seeds, black basil seeds, and some linseed. So the linseed's from Australia, basil seed from Thailand, and pumpkins from Australia. So we haven't been doing a lot of bread making on the way.
Yeah, and the flour?
The brown, we're going to do half and half brown and white flour. And the brown flour is Tesco's flour, which was free in St Helena, because nobody bought it there. So,
the white flour?
I think South African.
Oh.
So an
a truly
international
international loaf of bread. In fact, 4 loaves of bread, as I think it will probably turn out to be. We normally do it 4 at a time.
Keep on Angus's bread consumption.
Hard that.
So, that's the yeast and the warm water, and 4 spoons of sugar, 3, all very scientific. 4, we've got a little stir around, and in good Blue Peter's fashion, here's some flour I sifted earlier. So 4 cups of wholemeal flour. This recipe comes from Alison on Roxy, and it's very specific. It says beat well the spoon for 100 strokes. So
right, I think we'll draw a close over it for the moment. This is a dull bit. So we've now completed our 100 strokes of the stirring spatula, and the next stage is what?
I'm going to put it on the gimbal cooker, whoops, and leave it to rise for 45 minutes.
Right, we shall be back later.
So, as a brief interlude, this is the reason why we need to make so much bread. This is Angus's breakfast.
I'm a growing lad. That's my excuse.
This is actually second breakfast. He had his first breakfast around 7 o'clock this morning before I came on watch. And
that was my cereal.
This is second breakfast.
Second breakfast. All good hobbits have to have second breakfast.
Ham, jams, honeys, peanut butter, Vegemite.
And more honey.
And more honey.
I'm a growing lad. A brief interlude. This is half an hour after we've initially mixed the ingredients. And as you can see, the Quasar mass experiment has begun. And little beastie is growing by the minute, and Ruth is having to beat it back into submission to stop it getting too carried away. So this is a interim beating. Will be more later.
Just going to knock it back so it doesn't overflow the bowl during the next 15 minutes of rising. So
to be continued. And the next stage in the matter of the daily loaf of bread. The next stage in adding ingredients. So a little bit of salt.
4 teaspoons of salt, hopefully we'll get it in before it all starts overflowing the bowl.
As you can see, the beast is still trying to escape its cage.
There's bubbles coming up through it. And we've run out of the cheap sunflower oil, so we're on olive oil.
Oh, fantastic.
This is quite fun. Watch it, let's go. Whoop. And
you'll see by the motion of the various accoutrements around Ruth that we are indeed at sea at the moment. About 200 miles to go to Brazil. That disappeared.
Yes.
Oh, you popped it.
Some of those.
Some of those. What were those?
Those were the basil seeds. No idea what you meant to do with basil seeds, but we bought them in Thailand.
And those were?
Those are pumpkin seeds. Oh, hey! And some linseed. Right.
And I think you mix it all together. Right.
Oh, there we go, and it all vanishes.
Popped all the bubbles and it's vanished. Right, this is the dull bit, so we'll come back later. Ruth doesn't get much exercise on passage, so she has a good workout when she makes the bread. There we go, this is the bit of the kneading stage.
And because I'm on washing up today, we're kneading it in the bowl rather than on a floured work surface, because that just makes something else to wash up. Gets flour all over the boat.
And as you can see, there's enough flour all over the boat already, so that would be a good thing.
So 10 minutes of kneading, and now it's back in its bowl, sitting on the cooker, and we've got 40 or 50 minutes to wait until it doubles in size. So better go and have a look, see if there's any boats. I'm meant to be on watch, so have a look outside. Quite nice to escape back up on deck after all this heat in the kitchen. So this is what it looks like on the way to Brazil. A bit overcast today, slightly light winds, but we're getting in the right direction. We're not motoring. Life's pretty good.
And as you can see, we're now about an hour and a bit into the process, and the thing has been to try and take over the galley. So Ruth quickly come round and beat the thing back into submission and thrash it back into the bowl. It overflows onto the cooker.
It's got another 15, that's been rising for 30 minutes, it's got another 15 to go, so hopefully that'll give it enough capacity.
I can smell the baking bread already. Now we come to the stage where we have to give it some bodily abuse and treat it like your old boss. Why are you doing this then?
I've no idea, the recipe says I should.
It's awfully hard work.
Something... Is it to do with the gluten?
Beats me. Most impressive.
Yes.
Look at the muscle tone. And the final monster is about to escape the bowl. So, final stage, that to be broken up into loaves. And almost ready for the oven. What a work of art.
Okay. an hour.
And the final result.
Go.
Fantastic, and it's lunchtime. Perfect timing. The proud cook.
Knackered. Time for bed.
It's the final day of the expedition from St Helena to Brazil. We've both been quite knackered. Almost no wind for the last couple of days. I've been hand steering, but finally Brazil is coming to sight. It's actually quite spectacular in the morning sunshine. I can just catch the buildings buried under the shower over there. You can probably see them if you look very carefully. That's El Salvador in Brazil.